2000 S10 Chevy pickup. The electric motor is a Warp 9. It has a full operating manual 5-speed transmission, clutch style. Batteries are high power. It's got a Soliton controller, a REAP Systems BMS, and a Brusa charger.
It's a DC system?
DC system because of the Warp 9.
A Warp 9. What was your goal and what were you able to achieve?
Our goal was to make a good delivery vehicle that we can run all over the city of Topeka, picking up and delivering. You can stick 600-800 pounds of weight in the back of the bed, go deliver out on the highway, and it'll still run 65 and 70. Come back, send it out again. One of our goals was to try to eclipse the 100-mile range on a single charge. The best to date is 95.4 at average between 45 and 50 mile an hour. So
now you don't have a full battery pack in this thing yet, is that correct?
Yeah, we're waiting on a guy to help us finish getting all of our battery pack stuff squared away, and we'll get it. And when it gets here, if you do the math, it should go between 120 and 140 miles on a single charge. But right now you can run it between 60 and 70 every day. Take it home, plug it in, you're ready to go another 60 or 70 without any questions of wasting kilowatts. You just drive it like you would your gas engine. If you want to spin the tires, you spin the tires and go 60 to 70 miles every day. If you're wanting that 95 or 100, you have to have very conservative values to drive your vehicle at that to get that kind of mileage. It's just like your gasoline car. If you want it to go 20 miles a gallon, you have to, like an egg between your foot and the throttle. But if you're just everyday driving and don't care about mileage, you'll get 60 to 70 out of it. You just go. This here is a Soliton controller.
You guys are in love with that Solitron controller, I'll bet.
I would say out of all of them that we've experienced, been around, been associated with, it is superior to none. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay.
If somebody wants one, we've had it, 3-4 weeks now, and we're over 600, 700 miles that we've been driving it. That's how much we've drove this thing. It's pretty self-explanatory under here.
Well, have you got air conditioning on this?
Yes, there is. I'll get the prop rod and we'll take the lid off.
Okay. And
always disconnect the battery supply.
Good idea.
I've had people tell me that, that won't hurt.
Wow, I love that. My gosh, you guys are all set up to show this thing off. Well,
you can see the air conditioner's still there, alternator's still there. This is our vacuum pump for power brakes. You can see the Warp 9 down under there. This is our heating system. Heating system across there. Pump runs back up through the heater core. Does all the defrosting and all that.
So you got a heater, you got air conditioning, you got all the future comforts, and only power steering and power brakes.
We took the power steering off the first design, and I will be sticking the power steering back on.
I see.
That's the last component that we're going to stick back on it.
I see. And do you have not any problems with the power steering at all? You decided to take it off?
We took it off for the simple fact we was trying to conserve our wattage to get our mileage, and that's when it was lead acid batteries. And now since we're to the lithium stuff, we're not so much concerned about it because I don't think it'll hinder that much. We'll still get our 60 to 70 every day, and it'll be easier for the end user
I imagine you experienced a dramatic improvement when you went to lithium batteries.
Yes, there was the discharge rate when you go to accelerate. That's the biggest thing you'll notice, besides just the range and the mileage that you can accomplish. But the acceleration rate to lead acid, there's not as much voltage sag. It's just better all the way around.
How long does it take you to charge this thing up?
After 60 to 70 miles, 8 hours, plug it in while you're sleeping at night, get it the next morning and go.
Wow. Well,
I think it'll actually charge in about 4.5 to 5. I've kind of calculated, but it'll go through and it'll charge up. Then the next time, the BMS shuts it down, equalizes, equalizes, until our voltages and stuff come down.
The BMS, that's the battery management system.
Yes, not battery monitoring, management.
Yeah.
There's a big difference there.
Amen.
So a lot of people think they've got a BMS. Yes, the letters say it's BMS, but there is a difference between monitoring and management.
Yep. Can I see inside the...
yes, sir.
Oh, man, you got a lot of stuff in there. Tell me about it.
Okay. The 4 green panels there, that's the REAP system BMS.
That's part of your battery management system.
Right.
Okay.
The Brusa charger, everybody knows what they are.
A battery charger.
Battery charger. The other one's just a small charger to 12 volt to help charge up our 12 volt battery.
Now, some cars, they got what they call a DC to DC converter, and they convert the DC from their battery into charging.
Right, but that also robs from your main battery pack.
Yes, that's
and
true.
there's no sense in doing that. A lot of people do it because it's easier. They don't have to put belts and do some engineering to make it all work. But fabrication is easy to do. So the small transformer that's mounted there,
now, when you plug the battery charger in, both of those chargers working simultaneously, you just plug in one plug, or do you have to plug in 2?
No, we plug in one plug.
Look what we got here. And
we got the dog here.
Yeah. The dog is...
He likes electric truck.
Yeah, he does. He likes to be the star of the show. That's for dang sure. Well, that's pretty neat. You got batteries in the bed here, huh?
Yes, sir.
And you got how many batteries in this thing?
There's 48 cells.
And you still got room in the bed. Tell me about what you can haul in this thing with this bed.
We haul electric motors. I mean, that's what we are, is electric motor shop. And we haul and deliver repaired as well as new. We've put 600 pounds in it just the other day, and I have to make a delivery to a company, and they're about 10 miles away, and it's all highway. And it still runs 65 out on the highway.
Let's see now, Harry. Do you have any gauges or anything in here?
EMS fired up?
Oh, here it is.
These 3 gauges here, that's pack voltage. This is motor amperage. Motor voltage.
Oh,
that's what we're using to the motor. The charger and the BMS are on a CAN system. And if the BMS finds or notices a problem...
CAN is a communication system.
Central Area Network is what that is. I think that's what they call it.
Okay.
The BMS does not make the battery charger go up in voltage or change its parameters. All it can do is it brings it down in voltage, so it'll finalize the charge. But if you have one cell that takes off and jumps up quick, like lithium will tend to do sometimes, this BMS reads cell to cell, temperature cell to cell, pack voltage, high cell, low cell, and plus the other, how do I say this, battery health, battery amperage, ampere to hour. It measures and monitors a lot. It has a state of charge meter on that, so similar to a fuel gauge. Everything is out here in the open, and they can see what we've done. Because you stand here and tell them something, yeah, it's got this, it's got that, but if you can't see it, proof's in the pudding, type say.
That's what I was just going to say. The proof's in the pudding, and we're going to find out when we take a ride.
Yes, we will.
Hey, Kevin, we're ready to go for a ride.
Okay.
You ready to Give me a show of what this thing can do.
Okay.
I'm used to not hearing any noise because I've driven electrics before, but never had. Wow!
There you go.
A little jerk and peel. I don't know whether you heard those tires squeal, but they did.
And that's what the controller set at 50%.
Wow, the controller's at 50%, and you're drawing how many amps right now?
I'm in third gear, running 35 mile an hour, pulling about 60 amps. There's 50 right there.
Oh man, so smooth. Okay, here we are. We're going 60 miles an hour. We're going down the freeway.
63, 64, 190, 190 amps in fourth gear.
Just as sweet as can be.
Now, I don't see any officers. I'm going to go ahead.
Oh, okay.
There's 75.
Yeah. 75, you're still in fourth gear.
There's 80.
80.
Now here we come up on the slow cars.
Yeah, dang it.
You think it'll run 100 mile an hour, Carl?
I felt like it could go quite a bit better.
Oh yeah, and this is our. I don't know if I can. We can try this.
Yeah, get around that guy and I'm gonna. Okay. Well, we're going 85. And that's the guys, we got a little problem up here because this guy, he's slowing us down. What, we hit 90?
Yeah. I got to get off right here.
Okay.
Sorry we didn't get to 100, but the traffic was in the way.
All right.
Will it run 100 mile an hour, Carl?
I think it will. I'll tell you what, Kevin. One of these days when the road's kind of cleared off with the traffic, why don't you come out here and call me up and tell me about it, okay?
I can do that.
What did you think?
I'm impressed. It's very smooth at speed. It's got plenty of oomph. And it'll easily do much more than we did.
Well, we got into a traffic jam. We couldn't go any further because there was cars ahead of us that wouldn't.
No, we did 90, and it easily will go more.
We went into fifth gear and we ran into traffic again.
Oh.
But he got a picture of speedometer at 90, 93 or 4 or something like that.
Oh.